folks, and welcome back to another episode of the In Between the Stitches podcast. I am your host, Brady Wilson. Without Chase Olshanger today, he is getting ready for his graduation, So I like that it almost ended like on a boo there. I think that's kind of funny. But we're very excited for him. Obviously, when I say we, I mean me. He is getting ready for that. We've had some audio issues today, so let's hope that we don't have any audio issues today. I always want to get it up here, and so that way if Chase wants to text or something. But we always open up with the Stars, and 21, I think 5-5 is their record. They are 2 points behind Colorado. And what's really weird about that, them being right behind Colorado, is move that because I don't want the other mics to pick me up. I talk loud. Is they have 47 points. You know, if you don't know how the point system in hockey works, hockey is two points for every win, no points for every loss in regulation. Overtime losses result in you still getting 1 point. So if you go to overtime, you do get a point. And if you win in overtime, you get the extra point. So that's kind of how that works. Through 31 games, the Stars have 47 points. Through 30 games, the Avalanche have 49 points. So, and those are the top two teams in the league, and then in the same division. Behind the Stars, in the league, not in the West, in the league, is the Washington Capitals at 39 points. That's an 8-point difference. Okay? That's 4-win difference. At least, if you look at it from that perspective. That's insane, everybody. Like, how good both of these teams are. And they're winning night in, night out. The Stars have done this while missing significant time from Thomas Harley, missing time from Miro Heiskanen. Not Miro Heiskanen. Oh, God, I hope not. Missing time from Thomas Harley, Matt Duchene. They've missed time from Nils Lundqvist. So they have missed a lot of time from very key players. And now they're missing time from Tyler Seguin, who it looks like is probably going to be out for at least the rest of the regular season, if not the playoffs included. But you don't want to rule out Segi, which now means the Stars might be doing stuff at the deadline. I'm not here to talk about that because it's still December. We'll probably get one of that in January. But we have a game against Minnesota tonight. And I always talk about this, and I always want to see how we play against a team like Minnesota, because they're a playoff team. And you always want to see how you stack up against the rest of other playoff teams in the league, especially teams in your own conference that you might be playing in the playoffs. Especially like right now, if the playoffs ended, we'd face the Wild in the first round. So to me, that is important because I want to see what we look like against a team that we might be seeing in the playoffs. This isn't like what Ernie Adams has talked about, where it's you call up the league and, hey, can you send us Calgary for the first round, and that way can you send us a bad team? No, you're gonna face a good team if you're wanting to play for the championship. So I look at it as I want to see how we play against these good teams, and this is a great opportunity to see how you play against a team in your division. The guys are playing really well right now. And I've talked about the power play unit and how this is just the second best power play unit in the league, but you feel like it's the best. It feels like every power play they're gonna have multiple high danger chances to score. And you have multiple, and all the guys on that power play, they do different things. Aside from Miro is great. I'm not saying he's not. But you look at the 4 forwards on that first power play unit. They all have a different X-Men ability. They all have something that they do that's better than everybody else's. Mikko, it's his passing, his vision, his hockey IQ, right? His facilitating ability. And that's evident by the fact that he's leading the league in assists. He has 29 assists. Wyatt Johnston would be his play in front of the net, right? His ability to get deflections, his ability to do some things with rebound. That's kind of his calling card. Rope, his is really simple. Just skating ability. He's a good shooter, but his ability to skate, and I don't mean just, he's really, really fast. His ability to skate, but also the subtleties of, he's kind of on the edge. And he's had multiple goals like this where he'll stand kind of by the net or by the post, and then he'll just slowly work his way to the center, and then bam, Rantanen finds him for a centering feed, and you got an easy score. And teams, some of them are figuring that out, but some of them haven't. He had a goal like that against Winnipeg where he's kind of moving up, and then bam, he's right in the center, and you didn't know where he came from. That's what makes him so dangerous. And then Robertson is easy. Robo, his sniping ability, his ability to score from any point in the O-zone. Okay, he can score on rebounds. He can score from the top of the zone. He can score from all these different areas, and that's what makes him so dangerous. He's currently tied for third. Oh, sorry, he's currently tied for third in the league in scoring, in goal scoring. So this team is very, very dangerous. And then you combine all of these facts with the idea and the fact that you have two really solid goaltenders. Obviously, Jake Ottinger, he's the guy that you're rallying. He's your starting goaltender. But then you get Casey DeSmith, who on any given night can play just as good as a starter, as a regular starter in the NHL. Casey, just if he has a drop-off night, they're bad. Right? He's really struggling. Jake is maybe a little more grounded, maybe. But very excited for the Stars. And very excited for the Stars and where we're going. And I'm telling people all the time, you want to watch a really good sports team in Dallas? Don't watch the Cowboys. Don't watch the Rangers. Don't watch the Mavs. Go watch the Stars. Like, this is the team that is second best in the league. And I feel like Dallas fans are starting to catch on to them a little bit. They're starting to gain that momentum. And I really feel like they deserve it. These guys, they're such a good team. And then you factor in the idea that you not only have a great team, but I feel like we have a really good coach now. And not any disparagement on Pete DeBoer, but I like Gulletson, I think, more than I like DeBoer right now. And all that, both of those things, and then you have the 3-time GM of the Year award winner as your GM, Jim Nill. That makes you feel really comfortable as a fan because you're like, if we need something at the deadline, if something has to get done, we got the guy to get it done. And someone that I really, really trust to get those kind of things done. So, I'm really excited for the Stars. And I'm watching every game. Like, every game, I am watching it because it's fun to watch a team that's really good at the sport. The Cowboys, I watched, was only 17 of them. But, like, the Stars, I don't know. I think I haven't missed too many Stars games this year. I've missed maybe a couple that I haven't watched. I mean, I don't watch them all start to finish. I miss some of them, and I miss like a period or two here and there. But like, I watch almost every game, at least some portion of it. And I'm watching post-game shows. I'm watching podcasts on it. And it's really fun to have a team that is dedicated to winning, not just from a player perspective, from a coaching perspective, and a front office perspective. And it's nice to have that, and to know that like my star players aren't going to get traded out from under me. Anyway, not a shot at anybody, just saying. But it's very exciting to be a Stars fan right now. I even went to a game. Like this was the first last year. And when I went to the Connect game, it was like I built it up. I planned it weeks in advance. I went to the San Jose game. I think it was last Friday, and I went there. Just like, you know what? I kind of want to go to a Stars game today. I'm kind of wanting to watch some hockey. Tickets, because like I want to go. I want to be a part of this. Like seeing it on TV makes me be like, man, I really want to be there. And so, I to be honest, I haven't had that with the Cowboys or the Rangers really. 2023 was like the only year, but even then with the Rangers, you have 162 games. We still lost 70, 72. You know what I mean? Like the Stars, there's just this excitement, I think, from Dallas fans, and I'm happy that they're starting to really get back to that. Okay, they're a big player in DFW, and I know it's always going to be a football town. It's a football state. Okay, it's a football region of the country, but it's fun to see a team. It's nice to see that Dallas fans are rallying around a winner. It really is, and I really wish that more and more fans would rally around them and just see that hockey's a lot of fun to watch. And not only is hockey a lot of fun to watch, but if you're going to watch a team right now, I mean, there's really only one other team you'd probably rather watch as a fan, and that's Colorado. I hate to say it, but it's Colorado, right? For the Stars, you're watching this one of the best teams in the league, some of the best players in the world. I mean, I was talking to my friend Will about this, who's a big Stars fan. I may have him on the show at some point. And I'm like, the Finnish Olympic team, we've got like 3-4 players. We've got 4 players that are going to be on that team. Like their first line has 3 of our players on it, with Hintz, Rantanen, and Miro, and Essa might be on that first line defenseman pairing too. I don't know. I don't know if I can't really name other Finnish defensemen. We had Granlund last year too. Like we had like the whole Finland Olympic team on our team last year. Like you have some of the best players in the world on your roster, and it's just fun to enjoy it. It's really fun to enjoy. Hold on, Chase just sent me something. Keo rookie ladder, Cooper Flag. Look, they'll probably trade him. They'll probably trade Flag because he'll drink a beer and they'll be pissed about it. But I know, because I can hear Chase going, "No, that's not what happened." I know, Chase. I know that's not what happened, but I have to laugh through the pain. Anyway, it's just a lot of fun to see a really, really good team playing at a high level, not underperforming, not wasting, some good players. They're all playing well. And then, again, all the injuries, guys like Kyle Capobianco and Vladislav Kolyachonok and, I mean, who else am I missing? Adam Ernie and Nathan Bastian and these guys, they step, Ritzkovian, and these guys step up and they're making plays. They're scoring goals. And, I watch a Stars game, and here's how I kind of characterize how we score. Our star players, at least one of our stars is going to account for at least 1, maybe 2 goals. And then the other 1 or 2 goals are going to be scored by the role players. And where I really like how that construction is that you don't have to have your role players play well every night. Your star players are going to play well every night, right? It's rare that one of your star players has an off night. But you look at that Winnipeg game, and you've got, Robo scored a goal and Hintz scored a goal. The other 2 scorers were Esa Lindell and Alex Petrovic. You know that those 2 guys are not going to score a lot. But when they do, it helps you out. But it's what I'm saying is if let's say that every game we need 4 goals to win. We can pretty much guarantee that our top line guys are going to give us at least 2. Meaning that we just have to have 2 role players find a goal that night. And with the amount of role players that we have that are quality goal scorers, guys like Sam Steele, guys like Jamie Benn, guys like Matt Duchene, guys like, who else am I missing? Chase is probably yelling at the screen right now. Guys like Oscar Beck, guys like Justin Ritzkovian. I'm missing somebody huge, I think, right now, but you have got Thomas Harley. You've got guys that can score. And then you got netminders that can prevent them from scoring. And they're playing better in the D zone. I think that's been the biggest thing over the last couple weeks for the Stars has been they're playing better in their own zone. They're starting to really get what Gulutzan wants and how he wants them to play. And you're starting to see that actually translate into results for the Stars. I think they're really starting to hit that stride. I think that in the next 15 to 20 games, we've got 51 left. I think by game 50, right, you're going to be seeing a team that's really firing on all cylinders because they're getting, I expect it to be not as good right now because they're trying to learn what Gulutzan wants. And then when we hit January, February, March, right, we hit those months, that's when they're really going to get what he wants. And as for trade targets, I know guys like Nazem Kadri, Rasmus Anderson have been linked to us. I'm not worried about the trade deadline just yet, just because I want to get through the Olympics. Not even that. I want to get through December. Let's get through, and then maybe in a good portion of January before I try to see what we really need. Because you don't want to trade for something, and then another person gets hurt, and now you feel like I have to make another trade I feel like you want to just wait, see what you're going to need in about a month or two, about 2 months, and that'll give you a real good idea of what you're going to need at the deadline. We're going to move on from the Stars. I don't want to move on from the Stars because I love talking about that's like the high point of the teams right now. Then it's just going to go downhill from here. Mavs have this is where I really wish I had Chase. Let me go pull up their record. I don't imagine it's pretty good, although I will say that he sent me a thing that talks about Cooper Flagg is number 1 on the Kia rookie leaderboard thingy. I guess meaning that he's probably gonna win Rookie of the Year. That's the thing is like I don't think anyone doubted he was gonna win Rookie of the Year. I don't think anybody was like, oh yeah, it'll be somebody else. No, I love this when I go to the NBA app and it's like here, follow your favorite players, and it's got Kyrie and AD. It's like, and then Clay and then Russell. It's like, oh God, that's terrible. But you go and we look at the Cup tournament right now. They're in the semifinals. It's OKC versus San Antonio, and then it looks like the Clippers and the Knicks, but that doesn't make any sense. Hold on, who the heck is that? Magic. It's the Magic. I don't know why that it looks like the Clippers logo. In my defense, I'm honest. I hate the tournament. I think it's just stupid. I really just why. This is regular. These are regular season. Like this. No. But you look at Dallas, they're just outside the play-in tournament bubble at 11. They're 9-16. They've won 1. They're 5-5 in their last 10. It's not great. It's not great for the Mavericks. Again, we keep talking about how Ryan Nembhard looks like an absolute stud, which is really good. You've got some pieces, but you've got to get more. I know people are, and the market on AD seems to be buzzing a little bit. I want to trade him. I want to get him off my team. I'm sorry to AD. I feel bad for him because he was forced into this, but I want him gone. I don't want him here anymore. And you look at a team like OKC that just is dominating right now. They're 24-1 if 1 loss. I mean, it's just absurd. It's absurd how good this OKC team is. But, they're annoying to watch because it's just Shea flopping everywhere for how long's basketball game? 60 minutes? Yeah. It's just Shea flopping around like a fish for 60 minutes. And that's not exactly, or 48 minutes, whatever it is. I think it's 48, actually. That's not really compelling television, in my opinion. Just saying. But anyway, there's your Mavs segment. I don't have Mavs TV because I refuse to give them money, and so I don't watch the games. I have to try to look at the box score. Even then, I have been kind of falling behind. Derek Lively, obviously, out for the year. It sucks. Royally, this guy is super talented, but he just cannot stay healthy. And then there's another report that Dwight Powell might be leaving the Mavericks after the season to retirement, not to another team. And everyone's like, oh, some people are like really sad, some people are really happy. Dwight Powell may be the most polarizing basketball, he may be the worst player to be as polarizing as he is, like amongst a fan base. It's insane how many Mavs fans will hate him and how many Mavs fans love him. So me, I'm kind of in the middle. I thought he should have been gone like 5 years ago, but they've kept him around because he's a good vet, I guess, to have. But we just have Cuban said it's not true. Well, I have to talk about it, Chase. There was a report that came out. But I think Flagg is, the more I see him play, the more I see like his highlights, the more I hear about him, the more it sounds like he's really starting to get it down. And that's obviously big. He's your franchise now. He's the franchise guy you're going to be building around for the next, hopefully. We thought it was going to be Luka, but you should be building around for the next, 20 years? Sounds crazy, but he's 18. You know what I mean? Like, even if I said 15 years, he'll be 33 in 15 years. Like, it's not even that old. That's older, but like that's LeBron is 40-something now? I mean, like, whatever. Like, he's old, but you can be old. It's insane how good he is and how good he looks and how good Nembhard looks. So you look at a team that is really starting to maybe put some of their young pieces together. And you're just going to have to try to figure out how to add more pieces. And I think that starts with trading Anthony Davis and getting whatever you can for him. And then trying to build around that. Maybe you can take a team. Hell, Chase can maybe answer this question. I don't know if, retained money is a big deal in the NBA. I assume it is, like in every other sport. Here, you take AD. We will pay all of his contract. I'll pay it all for like this year and next year, whatever, however many years it is. For like this year and maybe next year. If that means you give us more picks. Because right now, I'm not going to be adding a bunch of high-priced free agents, right? I can let him go if I want the picks. That's what I was talking to a team over here. That's what I want to do. But yeah, it's frustrating as a Mavs fan to try to love this team. I feel hurt. I still feel hurt. I still feel hurt when I watch the team. Like it doesn't feel right. And I hope that I will get back to where I was, but I don't know if I ever will. It really hurt me. It cut me that much, that trade. I mean, now it really did. I don't know how else to describe it. It still hurts to try to watch a Mavs game because I should see 77 out there, and he's not out there. I don't see my favorite player. My favorite player is wearing the ugly purple and yellow. Like it sucks. And he's making friends with Austin Reeves, and they're having a fun little moment. And again, there's the NBA again. They never really promoted Luka and his shenanigans here, except his shenanigans with Jokic occasionally. But now the second he's on a new team, we have to make this really fun. And it just hurts. And it sucks. And it makes me not want to watch the product. Because it just hurts when I do. Because I don't see my favorite player out there. And I can't even imagine being like, in high school or junior high, being a kid, growing up, seeing Luka. Like I grew up and watched Luka. Like, that's a part of it. But like being like a high school kid right now. Like I was a little kid when Luka got traded. You know what I mean? Like I was 14 when he came into the league. I was going into my freshman year of high school. So, but I couldn't imagine being like elementary school and seeing him and falling in love with basketball. And then I get to high school and then he gets traded. That would just, it cuts and it hurts. And then you pair that. It's why I'm like, hockey's become my third favorite sport. It used to be basketball. It's hockey now. Because that was kind of the thing. They promoted the Lukai thing, but like not as much as I've seen them promoting him and Reeves. Making like Step Brothers jokes, the movie. So it just, back to what I was saying. Chase is texting me, and so I keep looking down and seeing his text messages. It's a combination of things that's really turning me off of the NBA. The product, I don't think is as good. I think the NHL product is better, especially with the Olympics coming up. It's going to be so much better than what the NBA offers. And then you also pair that with my team, just one of my teams, my team in the sport, traded away my favorite player, the generational guy, the guy you don't ever trade. And then my other team, like a month later, trades for a franchise player, right? And then we go to the Western Conference Finals and we lose. But this, and so you pair the fact of the Mavs are not very good. The Stars are really good, second best team in the league. Who would I rather watch? Who would I rather spend my money? I'm a college kid. I ain't got a lot of money, but I got a little bit. I got some fun money. What am I going to do? Spend it on the Mavs? No. A team that traded away my favorite player and is losing? No, I don't want to go watch them. I want to watch the Stars. A team that's repeatedly infused talent into the team. A team that's invested into its team. A team that seems to actually care about its fan base. That's what I want to go spend my money on. And a team that's winning. More than 30 of the teams in the league. There's only one other team that's winning more than we are. And it's barely. So, yeah. Who would you rather go watch? But we'll move on to baseball. Winter meetings happen. There's some important stuff with baseball to talk about. Let's go to the Rangers. Obviously, there was a report that, oh my gosh, they're trading Corey Seager. No, we're not. No. If a team calls us and says, "Hey, are you interested in Seager?" and we say, "Go away," are we? Sure, we talked about Corey Seager, but is that really looking to trade Corey Seager? No. People need to understand what the language that's being used. Okay? If someone said the Rangers are shopping, they're calling other teams offering Corey Seager, that's one thing. A team calling them saying, "We'd like to have Corey Seager," because why wouldn't you? Are you interested? And we go, no. Then we're not trading Corey Seager. That's what's happening right now. They've gotten calls, getting calls, and making calls, two different things. And fans don't seem to understand that, which is frustrating. We're not trading Corey Seager. Come on now. But we did make a trade at the Rule 5. We did get, let's see if I can get his name. Carter Baumler. He's a pitcher from the Orioles. He had shoulder surgery. We ended up wanting him. The Pirates took him before we could get him, and we decided to make a smaller trade. We traded a minor league pitcher for him. Cool. I'm cool with that. I think it's really, we'll see what he is. I don't know. I don't know a ton about him, but the winter meetings we dropped 16, the draft. Yippee. We signed guys like Tyler Wade, and we haven't done much. We're still kind of waiting to see, I think, where the market is for some of these guys. Sorry, I've been so focused on like football and hockey recently, last couple weeks, that like baseball is kind of taking a rear seat. Today, the Brewers signed Akil Baddoo, the Braves signed Robert Suarez, the Cubs signed Hobie Milner. And then obviously the Orioles signed Pete Alonso. The Phillies brought back Kyle Schwarber. So you're starting to see some big dominoes fall. And there may be one that I'm missing. And Chase, if I'm missing somebody, please text me. The Pirates signed Gregory Soto. There was a lot of people on the Kyle Schwarber sweepstakes, apparently. The Pirates are on it. The Reds were on it. I think he's from Cincinnati. He's from the area. And there was one other team that was in on it, and I cannot remember who else was in on it. But yeah, it's $30 million per year. So it's, very interesting from baseball. And then obviously, Jeff Kent gets into the Hall of Fame. Not who I thought was going to get in from that veterans ballot. I really thought this was going to be the year that Dale Murphy and or potentially Gary Sheffield, but Sheffield didn't get a lot of votes. I saw Delgado maybe getting enough votes, but Jeff Kent gets the votes. One of the best, I said, Edwin Diaz, the Dodgers. Apparently there's also some momentum about Skubal to Detroit. From Detroit to the Dodgers. And it's like, oh my God, you want to break the sport? If the Dodgers traded for Tarek Skubal, baseball, I don't know what would happen. And I'm not blaming the Dodgers for it, but like, if the Dodgers did that, this would have to be like a David Stearns stepping in and blocking the Chris Paul trade. Manfred might have to step in and say no. Because that's no. You can't do that. That's no. And I know that that's terrible and it's awful and it's never happened to my knowledge. But it's like, at least in the modern era in baseball, but it's like they might have to do that. Because if the Dodgers got Tarek Skubal, that could break baseball. You've got the defending two-time back-to-back champs getting the best pitcher in the league, arguably. Best pitcher in the American League. Yeah, fans would revolt. Do they have the resources? Yeah, they got some young minor league guys. Sure, they trade 10 minor league players for him. Why not? Deplete your system for Skubal? Hell yeah. For the Dodgers? Of course you do. You already got a good team. They might win the next 3. They might win 5 in a row. We're going to have like 1940s World War II era Yankees levels of greatness here. But in the modern era, people would revolt. And so, especially with the CBA coming up, oh my God. 130 win season. Yeah, if they got Skubal, I mean, they're probably setting the record for most wins in a year, which is 118. Probably, yeah. I definitely could see that. Crazy. It'd be really crazy to happen. But anyway, Jeff Kent, Hall of Fame. Not who I thought was going to get on that ballot. Happy for him. Deserves it. One of the best offensive second basemen in the league history. But and people are also like raising a fit because Lou Whitaker's not in, and he was better than Jeff Kent was. And I agree. They should put Lou. So this thing is, I never liked the argument, well, this guy doesn't deserve to be in because this other player's better than him and he's not in. Well, no. I don't like that. If both are Hall of Famers, then you should put both in. But if I don't have the ability to put both in right now, at least let me put one of them in. I thought Jeff Kent did deserve, of course, going over Barry Bonds was kind of funny. But Bonds and Clemens now have to wait until 2031. 6 more years to see if they can get in. And after that, I don't know if they're eligible again. Because you have to maintain a certain number of votes on the veterans ballot to be eligible, to maintain that eligibility. So I don't know if they didn't receive the votes, so now they won't be eligible for 6 more years. And after that, I've heard some people say that the rules dictate that if they don't receive the number of votes they need, they can never be elected. And it's like, wow, can you imagine if they really don't get in the Hall of Fame? Because I always thought they'll get in, Manfred will step in, or the Veterans Committee will put him in. And this is the second time now the Veterans Committee has said, no, we're not putting this guy in, either of these guys in, which is just a travesty. But we'll move on. But, congrats to Jeff Kent. He deserves it. And then starting when we come back next semester, hopefully we do at least one more episode this month, because this is the last week of school for me and Chase. And so, hopefully we do make it back up here at least once, maybe twice over the break to try to, fill back in on the news. But during that time, I'll monitor the ballot, and I'll give you my ballot for who I would put in. I always do that every year. It's always one of my favorite things to talk about is the Hall of Fame. And I get to go on my long-winded rant about the Hall of Fame voters and how much I dislike the writers for it. Anyway, Rangers, I think their strategy is simply wait and see. And there was a report that I think it was said on one of the TV shows that, some executives believe that the Rangers are playing possum with their payroll struggles, and that they're saying that as a way to try to sneak in and steal some free agents. So we'll see. But I'm not concerned about that right now. And lastly, we have the Dallas Cowboys and the world of the NFL, which means that I am now going to call Chase, and we are going to Hello, Mr. Olschwanger. How you doing?
How's it going?
Oh, we're doing good. So, Chase, by the way, I did not forget to do my picks last week. I just didn't send them to you. I had them written down. I just got busy with finals and stuff. You gained a game on me because I got you on. I took the Lions and you took Dallas.
Yeah.
But I took the Colts because Daniel Jones hadn't gotten hurt yet, so I didn't know. And then I took the Bears over the Packers.
Okay.
But everywhere else, we were the same.
So what do I have? You have 2 games?
I think I have to go back in and do everything, and I plan to do that once I get out of finals.
I think you're up 2 or 3.
I think I'm up 2 right now.
Yeah.
So we'll do the picks again this week. The Cowboys. It looks like CeeDee Lamb is a full participant in practice, and so it looks like he will be healthy going into Sunday. Just great news.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to talk about George Pickens and everybody losing their mind about his play. And it's like, bro, you wanted to pay this guy for 13 weeks. It was pay him. He has one bad game. Oh, now we could never pay him. What are we doing? He is a good football player, and you need to pay your good football players. Yes, he's a little crazy. He's going to have his moments, where the alter ego comes out on the field. I will take that for the ability that he does have for the other 15 weeks that he's fine. You know what I mean?
I'm just worried, Jerry. I'm worried about Jerry using that against him, and then him getting pissed, or Mulugeta getting pissed about the contract.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm with you there. I could definitely see Jerry being like, well, he, I can't give him all that pie because, he hadn't played real well. I can't do a Jerry voice. I can't sound like him. I was gonna be a lot meaner and say something really mean about Jerry, but I'm not going to.
I've said to pay him. I've said to pay him and extend him since we traded for him.
Pay him. I don't care these little. I don't care he had a bad game. Cool, he had a bad game. A lot of players had a bad game.
Everybody has a bad game.
Like, here's the thing: if Kenneth Murray could play like Ray Lewis, right, for like 14 weeks, but you knew that like 2 or 3 weeks he's gonna have a really bad game, you'd love him. The problem is Kenneth Murray plays like Helen Keller. So, sorry, I cracked myself up with that one.
Plays like Kenneth Murray.
He plays like Kenneth Murray. So, but George Pickens, I'm going to throw this out there. He plays like Randy Moss for like 13, 14 weeks. He might have 2 or 3 where he has, he has a game where he doesn't hustle, or he had a game where he doesn't block real well, or he has a game where he gets pissed, or he pulls a mouth guard off, or he does whatever. I don't care. He's a phenomenal football player. I want him on my team. You want him on your team.
And bad games happen. I mean, people want their best, your best players to have good games every week.
It's just not possible.
That's just not
it's
reality.
Rare.
I mean, no, but I mean, there's very few athletes in the world that have, good games every game.
Well, the playoff hopes,
part of the game.
The playoff hopes are still alive because the Eagles lost.
Yep, thanks to the Chargers.
And they're very much alive in terms of, that Philly's probably going to lose Buffalo. They can lose that game. And they got to face the Commanders twice. And it's really hard to beat a team twice. And it's in Buffalo. So you definitely could see them splitting the Commanders games, which means that if we went out, we win the division. And those things happen. So, or maybe the Raiders pull a miracle and beat them for us.
I'm not expecting on that one.
Me neither. But it would be really nice and really fun. So, Vegas, please do us a solid. No one likes Philly. We're going to go and do the picks, mostly because I actually do have a final exam after this. So,
good luck.
Appreciate it. Thursday Night Football tonight. Falcons, Buccaneers. I think we're the same thing. And I don't have my notebook, but I'll go back in and listen.
Buccaneers.
Same. Chargers at Chiefs.
Oh, God, Kansas City has just been rough to watch. I'm still taking them home.
You're taking the Chiefs?
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Hey, I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay.
Vegas at Philly. Come on, Chase, let's do it. Me and you. Come on.
Philly.
I'll do it if you do it.
I hope we're wrong, but
Philly.
Give me Philly.
Cleveland at Chicago.
Chicago. How about Shedeur Sanders?
I got to give him his props. He's playing well. He's playing well. If he continues to play like this the rest of the year, I think the Browns may be content to see if they can.
Yeah, don't draft a quarterback next year and give him another year. I agree.
Give him a year. Because then the quarterback class the next year maybe is going to be really, really good. So if he sucks, you get a new quarterback. If he's really, really good, if he's good enough to win the playoffs, go to the playoffs, you find your quarterback. It's win-win. Baltimore at Cincy.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to go and tell you I'm taking the Bengals. They're at home.
Yeah.
Ravens have not played well.
You know what? I'm torn, and I need to try to make a comeback on you, so I'm going to take Baltimore.
Okay. Cardinals at Texans. I think this one's pretty easy. Texans, yeah. Jets at Jags. I always like saying that one. Jags. No, I heard Jets. Okay, Jets. Let me write that down. Bills at Patriots. Big game. It's in New England.
Yeah.
I'm taking New England, but this is a big game for the Patriots.
I'm going to take the Patriots because they're coming off a bye. If they weren't coming off a bye, I would take Buffalo to get their revenge. I'm going to take Patriots.
They're getting some health. They're getting some health back. This is the Tank Bowl. Commanders at Giants. Yeah, you see the problem is like
Commanders.
Yeah, I'll take the Commanders. They hung with the Broncos. Packers at Broncos.
Broncos.
Because see, for me, this comes down to who can close a game better, Packers or Broncos, right? Well, Micah Parsons is a good closer, but I'm taking the home team. Yeah. That's why I'm taking the Broncos. Taking the home team. Plus, I don't want to root for Green Bay because we have their draft pick. Lions at Rams, big game.
Rams,
but they're at home. If I'm torn, I tend to default to the home team, so the Rams. Panthers at Saints. It's a pretty bad game.
Panthers,
but yeah, it's a pretty bad game there all around. You have the Seahawks hosting 44-year-old, 5 years out of retirement, Phillip Rivers, and the Indianapolis Colts. Wow.
Oh God!
Now here's the thing. We got to talk for a second before we give our picks. This man has not played. This guy is probably gonna go to the may go to the Hall of Fame. May. And he's coming back out of. He was up for the Hall of Fame this year.
He's gonna wait another 5 years.
And now he's coming back. Like, this is one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen in any sport, let alone football. This is so weird. He's coming out of retirement to play for the Colts. They need a quarterback. And he knows, apparently he's running like the same offense as like his high school. So like he knows the offense, which is why they wanted to go for him, I guess. I'm actually so excited to watch that game. I'm going to watch the game because I just want to see how he looks. Yeah. We're running it back, Chase. We're both 16 again, and we're watching Phillip Rivers play football. This is great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The Titans.
It's either gonna be one of those games where it's like he just gets absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah,
it's a 45-0 game.
Or
he is just amazing and it's so unexpected, and
he's somewhere in the middle. 17. Or he's somewhere in the middle of that. I think what's crazy is. Do you know when Phillip Rivers was drafted, Chase? You know what year?
What year he was drafted?
Yeah, because I do. Because he was in the same draft as Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger. They were in the same draft. Imagine that quarterback class.
05?
04.
04, okay.
He was drafted a few months before I was born. That's how long this guy's been in the NFL.
Yeah.
But then he took a 5-year hiatus. And now he's back. It's just the weirdest thing I've seen. I'm going to take the Seahawks because I don't know what Rivers looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Seahawks. Yeah. I'm taking the Seahawks.
And they have a great defense. They have a great defense. So, oh, God, Titans at Niners. Then Sunday Night Football is the Cowboys and the Vikings. I'm going to take the Cowboys at home.
I am too.
It's just going to come down to, is J.J. McCarthy playing like J.J. McCarthy or playing like 9?
Yeah, because we know that Brian Flores' defense is going to be tough.
Did you see that Schottenheimer had like a quote where he was like, yeah, I love that defense. They're real multiple. They do a lot of things. And I remember someone read that and went, I think it was Skywalker Steele on Twitter was like, that sounds like I really want him as my DC. And I retweeted it. He liked it. I said that if we sign Brian Flores as our DC, I'm throwing a Gatsby party. Like I will be overjoyed with excitement if we dump the Flus and bring in Flores. I mean, I would be, if we bring him in and have a good draft, I might start using the P word again. Not the S word. The S word we're not using just yet, or the SB word, I guess you could say. But the P, I might use the P word again.
Playoffs or postseason? What are you referring to?
Well, they're the same thing, but yeah, that's what I'm referring to. I think, yeah. I might, because I don't want to be one of those Cowboy fans. This is our year. We have a chance to win the division. I'll say that, but like I'm not gonna say the P word right now. But if we sign Flores, and we have a good draft, I might start using that word again. I might start believing again. I might just allow myself that little belief, that little shred of hope that I know I've had before, because Brian Flores with this offense, I don't care who's on the defense. Just bring in Flores. Like I don't care.
Just better extend Pickens. I mean, you have to.
Oh, bro, if we Brian Flores, I don't know what I'd do. Now, would the Vikings let him go? I don't know. They might. They'd be dumb, but they might. But I really want Brian Flores on my team.
I do too.
Hey, look, he sued the league. He's got something in common with Jerry. They both have sued the NFL. There you go. And then Monday Night Football. This should be a real slobber knocker. The sorry, I love that word.
Dolphins look good.
Dolphins and the Steelers.
I'm gonna take the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers because Tua can't play in the cold. It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
he can't play in the cold. So there's your game picks this year or this week. Sorry.
So how many disagreements do we have?
We disagreed on the Chargers, right?
Yep.
And then we disagreed on the Bengals and Ravens. We disagreed twice.
Okay.
I have Bengals over Ravens, which is bold. It's a bold move. And then I have Chargers over Chiefs. So I actually see us probably splitting this. Just fine by me. I don't know. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with splitting. And yes, before you ask Chase, the playoff games do count for this game. So you will have a chance. You will have week 16, 17, and 18 after this, and then playoff rounds to try to get me.
Oh, did we do playoffs as well? Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
It was just the last 2 years. I think you got up, and by the point of the divisional round, there's only 4 games, right? And I just we're not gonna. It's hard to disagree. It's hard to disagree in the postseason.
Right.
Anyway, I want to appreciate everybody for watching. This has been a great semester. I don't plan on this being the last episode of the year.
Yeah, and I also want to be on camera.
Yeah,
again. I haven't been on camera in a couple weeks. So.
I do want. Yeah, Chase is kind of tired of being like the Jor-El floating head from Superman, the Fortress of Solitude.
It's been a weird last couple weeks for me. Obviously, I'm very busy.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that at the beginning of the episode? Did you hear at the beginning I played the applause for you?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
I don't want this to be the last one, but it's the last one where I'm definitely in Denton for the week, and hopefully me and him plan one. I'd like to do one next week, at least before we get to Christmas, right? And now it doesn't have to be on Tuesdays or on Thursdays. It can be Tuesdays, it can be Wednesdays, Thursdays. We always just did it on Thursday.
I think I can do one.
So because next week is the last week before Christmas, and then I'd like to do one next week, and then probably would take the New Year's week off, and then we didn't even talk about. We have one more thing we got to talk about before I thank everybody for watching today's episode. College football. Chase, you're supposed to remind me. Come on.
What, UNT or
no, the playoffs. It's been announced, like who the games are. So, interestingly enough, Notre Dame is crying and whining about things. Makes me very happy. It's really, really funny to hear them complain and whine and moan. I love that Notre Dame, Chase. Okay, the team that has all their games broadcast or most of their games broadcast on NBC. So that they can, and they did this. Chase, I don't know if you know this, like in the 80s or whatever. They had NBC broadcast like all their games because the media poll, right, were the ones that voted on the stuff like national champions. So guess what? If you've seen all Notre Dame's games and they've won 11 games, 12 games, you're probably going to vote them in. They took advantage of the media to get national championships, to get the notoriety. And now they're the ones complaining that the media was pushing other teams. Oh, yeah, it sucks when people do that, huh, Notre Dame? No one feels bad for you. But right now, you've got 4 matchups coming up. When does the playoffs? Is it this week? Or is it next week? It's next week, right? I'm not crazy.
It's the 13th? No, it's this weekend, I think.
No.
Isn't it?
It's next week. Next week.
Yes,
right before Christmas.
Yes.
You will have the first round matchups. Number 9, Alabama versus number 8, Oklahoma. And I assume the bracket works like this. I don't think they don't reseed, do they? They're not doing that this year? Because if not,
no. Whatever they're at right now, wherever they're at on the bracket, they play that team that's ahead of them.
Okay. So they should be playing Indiana then, winner of that game, who won the Big Ten champion, great team. Number 12, JMU, James Madison, wins the Sun Belt, makes it over Notre Dame and BYU and all those teams. And Texas, they get into the playoffs. They get that final bid. They're facing Oregon. This will be an interesting game to watch. Winner of that place is Texas Tech, Big 12 champion.
Yep.
Then the most interesting one, I think, Miami. They're in the ACC. They didn't appear in the ACC championship game. That was Duke and Virginia. And yet Miami is the team that gets in. Who the hell knows how this works? They're facing A&M, and they're going to get smacked by A&M. I am confident in that. A&M's going to smack the crap out of them. I mean, Carson Beck's going to throw like 5 interceptions. And then number 11, Tulane. This one hurts because it could have been UNT. They're facing Ole Miss. A Lane Kiffin-less Ole Miss. And, of course, the winner of the Miami A&M game should face Ohio State. Winner of Tulane Ole Miss should face Georgia. So those are your other teams. I'm going to go ahead and pick a national champion, and I'm going to go ahead and pick Ohio State simply because that Matt Patricia defense, I think, can beat Indiana. I really do.
Safe.
I don't know about you, Chase. I know who you're gonna. I know for a fact you're gonna pick A&M or Oklahoma. That's who you're rooting for.
Oh yeah, totally, 100%. No, honestly, everyone's picking Ohio State or Indiana. I'm actually gonna go a little unorthodox here. I'm gonna go Georgia.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna say Tech.
No, I am gonna go with Georgia. I think that SEC champs, that's the best championship to win.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is something else.
I do want to say
I think Georgia wins it.
On college football now, I think this year has shown college football fans that the committee has to go away. The committee has to go. They don't know what they're doing, and that what you need is you need to completely overhaul the system. Completely get rid of a lot of things. Because we don't have this in the NFL where it's like, oh, well, this team might get in. No. You have set records. You either get in with your record or you don't get in, right? You have divisions, you have wild cards. Right now with college football, there is nothing in place. They need to start, you want to act like a pro, you want to start paying players and doing all that, then you have to adopt a different system. This committee system does not work. We created a 12-team playoff so that we could let 8 more deserving teams in. And they're still complaining they're not letting the good teams in. Screw it. 64-team tournament. No more regular season. 64-team tournament. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's all going to always feel pissed. That's why like the NFL, fans don't get pissed that a committee left them out. They get pissed their players didn't play well if they missed the wild card spot or whatever, right? But right now it's you feel like your chances are in the hands of a committee. It feels that way, and that's frustrating for fans. So they're going to have to figure something out. I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to figure something out because this system is not working. The 12-team playoff, I think, works. The committee does not work. They got to figure out a way to get the right teams in. Bring back BCS. I don't care what they got to do. Figure it out. You're going to have to give. Of course, fans are always going to be pissed their teams didn't get in. But fans right now actually have a legitimate gripe about how things are being done. But now we've talked about that, and we will obviously talk about that later. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate the support. This one will be sent out to everywhere. Hopefully everyone enjoys it, and hopefully we will be back later on, maybe next week, or maybe even, really ideally next week. Or early week of Christmas, maybe. We'll see. See you guys later.
See ya.